So you've now played Malcolm X and Bob Marley, two great men who mean a great deal to a whole lot of people. Are you just fearless?
No, I have a lot of fear, but I like it. I like fear and excitement are very close, aren't they? You know, like it's you should feel like it's appropriate to feel scared, like to feel like you should feel scared. You know what I mean? I worry about people if they don't, you know, because fear is a great motivator, and I felt fear, but I was like, I know how much work. It's because I know how much work we've got to do, and do we have the time? That's the first thing I said to Ziggy. I was like, great, no time to celebrate. We've got work to do. I got so much work to do. I got to learn a language. And we got to talk like Bob talked. So, you know, music and all of it, music aside, just the language, you know. But what was wonderful is the studio, the family, we all agreed from the beginning. Bob's going to talk how Bob talked, you know. So that was a journey because I need 10 years. You can live in 10 years in Jamaica and still not get it. The culture's in the language and you can't get over there. Or you can't do the accent. Yeah, we had a lot of help as well. So normally you have one dialect coach on a movie set. I think we had 8 or 9, you know, Jamaican linguists from the universities. Like we had everyone. We had a system in place, and it was completely unique.
Okay, final question. What was the feeling like knowing that Ziggy Marley single-handedly picked you out to play the role of his legendary father?
The feeling was, boy, we got work to do. That was it. I remember saying it to Ziggy. I was with Ziggy. He said we want you to do it. And then I just went off on a rant about everything I need to do and everything we need to do. There was no time to be like, you know, I think as we go on with these openings and stuff, it will settle in a little bit. But yeah, it was just a lot of work, man. A lot of work, yeah.
I can't wait to see the film, man.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Lashana, how you doing? I'm good. So, Sam British Blacklist, I should introduce myself. First thing I wanted to ask you is, most biographical films, a lot of biographical films tend to feature people who've now passed away. You obviously played Rita Marley, who's alive and well. What was that like? What kind of conversations did you guys have? And how did it feel playing such a living legend?
There's some full questions there. It was a spiritual experience. I now know that if I'm going to meet if I'm going to play another real person, if they're not on the earth, then I have to have a spiritual meeting with them somewhere in another realm. Like I really got to tap into her spirit upon meeting with her in a way that I just threw away all of the facts, all of the information that I thought I knew. I chucked it away because just meeting her energetically was the most important thing to harness in order to tell a very authentic, not even story, retelling of her life or a slice of her life. And I just have so much respect for her even opening her doors to me and wanting to talk. Because, you know, there's an actor coming into your house asking you things, like that's a bit weird. Yeah, it was an energetic connection that I felt.
And how did you achieve the Rita Marley look? Because clearly you don't have dreadlocks, you know. I can see that now. You lying. Yeah, all right.
Morris Roots, the most incredible loctician that I've met, the most incredible spirit that I've met. He was the one that was taking care of everyone's actual locks and every lock wig. He did mine every day. He made the rapping a spiritual practice. And, you know, those questions about how long I'm going to be in the chair and, like, do you really want to do 3 hours every single morning? Should we pin it and make sure we just, you know, can just fit it on your head? And no, we made sure every single motion in creating the raps was a thing. And that helped me enter. It really did. And if it wasn't right, don't release a film. You know, we're responding to, we're reflecting, and we're representing Rastafari here. And it's important that we did it properly. So.
Final question. So I'm Niger, so can I just say you nailed the accent in Woman King. So high five to that.
Thank you.
Come on.
You so much.
You nailed it. So obviously you're of Jamaican descent, so was that a bit of an easier process in terms of doing the accent and just playing the role in general?
Yeah, it was much easier than Woman King. My parents are from Kingston, so yeah, I grew up completely with the accent. I didn't grow up pulling back patois though. So, you know, Mrs. Marley is a very clipped, regal, well-spoken woman. I had to pull it back and not be as raw as some of my family are. And that was a challenge. So I had to still learn some things and still, you know, get educated. It's also an accent from the 70s. There's certain colloquialisms that we know as black people in the UK that they didn't have then. So I allowed myself the education even though I could fall back on my culture.
Thank you so much, Lashana.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing? How you doing? Mr. Welsh. Thank you, thank you. So, Sam British Blacklist, can you tell us about your character in the movie?
I played Don Taylor, who was Bob's manager in the mid to late 70s. Yeah.
And what was it like working with the legendary Marley family as producers and obviously overseeing the process during the making of the film?
I mean, incredible, man. You know, like so many of us, I've been listening to Bob Marley's voice since I was in the womb. So now to be in a film where we're telling more of his story with the family, it's surreal, you know. It's one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had, not only filming and telling the story, but going to Jamaica, you know, and being around the people that are the community. We was in Trenchtown, you know, and I'm on set and I'm having a conversation with someone, and then Bob Marley's grandson comes up to me and starts talking to me, and then he tells me he's a grandson. I'm like, what? I'm talking to Bob Marley's grandson, you know? It was my first time in Jamaica as well, so it's not lost on me how beautiful, a blessing this is, yeah.
Okay, and so unfortunately I haven't had a chance to see the movie yet. Can you give us any idea, overall? Okay. Can you give us any idea about what to expect?
Because I've not seen it yet, but obviously I know what we filmed, or a lot of what we filmed. I hope that we get to see a side of Bob that not everybody knows was there. You know, he was a great man, an icon, and like someone that has sent a message that will ripple through time, but he was a human at the same time, you know? So hopefully we get to see some of the flaws and how he overcame those issues or insecurities that he may have had and became the person that we all know him to be, so, yeah.
And final question, what can we expect next from Anthony Welsh?
Can I even say? I'm doing a play next that I'm really excited about. I haven't done a play in 5 years. It's the longest I've been not on stage, and that is going to be in March, April. So yeah, expect that. Yeah.
Thank you, much appreciated, bro. How you doing, Tosin? Sam British Blacklist, got a spud? Come on, I'm good. So tell us about your character in the film, Tosin.
I play Tyrone Downey. I'm one of the Whalers. I'm a keyboard player, and I'm part of Bob's journey.
And what was it like working with the Marleys, the legendary Marley family, as producers, and having their influence over the film as well?
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. You know, it's an honor, one, to portray some of the Marleys and the Whalers, and just to have them on set and just have all that knowledge accessible right to you on set every day. It's absolutely amazing, and it's an honor, man.
And so, can you tell us what's next for Tosin Cole?
I'm currently doing a play at the Bush Theatre, so if you want to come down to that, and I've got a show called Super Soul on Netflix coming out in the summer. So,
and what's the play called?
Shifters. I had to think about it. Yeah.
All right, love for that, bro. Much appreciated, man. Thank you.
Love, man. Have a nice one.
Ronaldo, how you doing? Sam from the British Blacklist.
Pleasure. Oh, sorry, I gotta shake your hand.
It's all good. Right, so the first thing I wanted to ask you is, I've got the list here. I tried to memorize it. It's not sticking. But Joe Bell, King Richard, We Own This City, and now Bob Marley.
Monsters and Men first.
Hey. Okay. Now, the reason why I said those ones is because they're all biographical movies, right? So there's obviously something that draws you to those type of movies. Can you give us an insight as to why that is?
It's the subject matter, man. It's the subject matter. It's always the story. You know, with the Williams family, it was two girls from Compton to rise up to be two of the greatest tennis players to ever do it. That feels like a great reason to make a movie. And here's no different. Here's a guy from homelessness, from abject poverty, an improbable story who rose to be one of the greatest artists of all time. He's your favorite musician's favorite musician. That's who Bob Marley is. He's the man on every T-shirt and every button around the world, every bag, and we know nothing about him. It's like a real-life superhero. That's a great reason to make a movie.
I was actually going to ask about that as well. Like, why do you think it's taken this long to bring this story to the big screen?
Maybe the family wasn't ready. Maybe they weren't ready. Maybe they needed their filmmaker. Maybe they needed their Bob. Maybe they needed a combination of both. So I didn't ask too many questions because I wanted the job. It was special. It was special to be a part of it. And then I thought, well, I'm going to do everything I can to make the best version of it.
Yeah. Did you feel pressure in terms of putting together the story of this man? Because obviously legend, iconic, means a great deal to a great many people. Did you feel any pressure in terms of bringing that story to the big screen, or was it just water off a duck's back for you?
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure. Constantly reminders not to mess it up. Yeah. People in Jamaica like, yeah, we love you, but yeah, we like King Richard, but yo, come on. Jamaicans don't play. But it was cool. Like they supported. They wanted me to be successful. Like I could feel that. I could feel that energy of like, we're here to lift you up. We're here to support you. If you're slipping, we're gonna catch you. So that was the energy that we came into the film, and having the Marleys be a part of it, having them on set, I knew we were representing their father right because they were right there.
And what made yourself and the Marley family feel that Kingsley was the man to take on the lead role? And what was the process of actually getting him into that role?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, from his very first audition tape, there was something that was just popping off the screen and made you lean in. He looks good. He looks good. He had it. He had the it factor. And so we leaned into that. And I knew he was a great actor who was going to do the work. You know, he had to do a lot of homework, and he did. He did a lot of homework, man. And you see it. You feel it in the film. You feel it in every frame. Nothing's taken lightly. You know, he treated it with care, and got to tip your cap for that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Much love, man. Okay, can you introduce yourself and tell us about who you play in the movie?
Yes, sure. I'm Umi Myers, and I play Cindy Rakespeare, who was Miss World 1976, Damian Marley's mom, and the long-term girlfriend of Bob Marley. Yeah.
And what was it like having the Marley family as producers and having their influence directly over the movie?
Yeah, amazing. It was like, it felt like there was a level of authenticity that was able to be upheld every day. Like Ziggy really took care. Like we had conversations, like, you know, it was about obviously honoring his father, but like also holding true to that and to who Bob was. And yeah, and also I managed to speak to Cindy all the time. I still speak to her today. Like she was open to FaceTimings, to Zooms. Then when I was in Jamaica, she showed me around Hope Road, which is where she lived as well at one point. Well, that's where she met Bob, actually living at Hope Road. So like, yeah, to have the real people and who knew him and who loved him and who are the children of him, like, involved was really important, I think. And yeah, makes this a special piece, I think, yeah.
Okay, and without giving away any spoilers, what can you tell us about the movie? What can we expect as an audience? Because I haven't had a chance to see it yet, unfortunately.
I actually haven't had a chance to see it in full yet either, so yeah. Okay, what are you going to expect? From the work that I saw Kingsley do every day when I was in, because we did a lot of scenes together, like, an amazing embodiment of a true soul rebel, of a revolutionary. You're going to see some powerful messaging, I think. And I think some amazing music, I mean, obviously. But yeah, I think really the acting is from Lashana, from Kingsley, from all of the Jamaican, like, members of the cast as well. Like, it was, yeah, I think it's going to be special. Anyway, I'm hoping so anyway. Yeah.
And finally, what can we expect to see you in next?
I'm actually currently filming something for the BBC called Dope Girls, which is really brilliant. It's kind of set in Soho in the 1920s. I play a bohemian dancer, so yeah, that'll be out later this year. So I finished filming that in March. So yeah, it's really.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Right, ladies, can you tell us about your character in the movie? Your characters in the movie, sorry.
Sure. I'm Naomi Cohen, and I play Marcia Griffiths, Queen of Reggae Music.
Love that. I'm Nia Shai, and I play young Rita Marley. Also, Queen of
Reggae
Music.
We're actually both playing queens.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell us what it was like having the legendary Marley family overseeing the production process? Because obviously they served as producers and exec producers on the movie. So can you tell us what that felt like, kind of working with the Marley family on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, working with the Marley family, for me, I felt a sense of safety, knowing that the story was protected. And coming from Jamaica, being born and raised there, and knowing how important Bob's story is to us and to the world, having Ziggy, Sedella, Rohan came on set, and Neville Garrick, rest in power, he was there too. So it just felt like family. And so we could even fact check with each other, right? Because that's why we're there. So I loved having them there.
I agree. I feel like it's the right way. It's only right that they were there, that they're pouring their love into us and encouragement into us. I'm not sure if you've spoken to Ziggy, but he is always smiling. He is like such a empowering force. Yeah, he just feels like a warm hug. So it was an honor to have them present with us, and it was an honor for them to trust us with such an incredible story. Yeah.
Okay, so and finally, what can we expect to see you ladies in next?
Well, for me, I'm a musician professionally, separate from this film. This is my first time doing a movie, acting, everything. So, thank you. Yes, I'll actually be releasing an album in the fall of this year. So,
Can you give us any, what's it called?
oh sure,
Let's-
Welcome to Paradise. Welcome to Paradise.
You'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. Have a good evening. Sam.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Sam. Okay. Tell us about your character, please, bro.
So I'm playing Bob Marley's mentor, the weed man, and no, it's what it is, and the percussionist from the Wailers band. Yeah.
And what was it like having the legendary Marley family as producers and overseeing the process of the making of the movie?
It was amazing. Ziggy, who's behind me? David. Ziggy was literally there every single day. And we got to meet some of the guys who were originally in the band. That helped us a lot, to be honest. One, for the story, the narrative. Two, all the small motives that actually make the story come together. And most importantly, a lot of the historical information we probably wouldn't have had if we didn't have some of the historians from Jamaica on set as well. So it was very important. Yeah.
And I said to Anthony, I haven't had a chance to see the movie yet. So can you give us any idea about what to expect from it?
One love.
I like what you
Music, music, vibes, humor, and some familiar faces. You're gonna see Mr. Michael popping up on the screen.
I had no idea he was in it until I saw the trailer.
Gunman, innit? Of course they're gonna use it to be the gunman, innit? So yeah.
Much love, though. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Love, man. So, Sam, British Blacklist. I just wanted to ask you, can you tell us about your character in the movie?
Well, my character is actually a very special character because I'm playing my father, Junior Marvin. Yeah, so I'm representing for the Jam Brits, yeah, you know? Like, my dad's born in Jamaica, but he lived most of his life in London. So when Bob came to London, he was looking for a big sound, bigger than Jamaica, you know what I mean? And my dad he's from Jamaica, but he didn't have a Jamaican sound. He was playing rock and roll, blues guitar, you know, soul, and he was very much like Jimi Hendrix, but I would say, you know, he's on another level, because that guy, I mean, I love Jimmy, but that's my dad anyway. He's like the Jimmy of the reggae world, and my dad had his own band called Hanson, so they were doing really well in London, Japan, and all over this side of Europe, so Bob was looking for that international sound, and my dad was also working with Jimi Hendrix guitar tech, who is the guy who created the fuzz pedal. His name is Roger Mayer. Roger, right? It's Roger Mayer, right? So Roger, boom. Roger is the guy that actually tuned this album, Exodus, to be the first album from Jamaica that was ever in fully tuned. So that's the type of engineering that was going on back in the days. So when my dad came, he added another element so that everyone noticed. Like, you know, when Bob did the Exodus, their music sound sonically went to the next level, because Bob would come to my dad and he would ask my dad, how do you like the mix? And my dad would be like, I don't like it. Most people wouldn't tell Bob they don't like something, you know what I mean? But my dad is like, I do this, like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I do. I mix and master. I make sure if I like it, I'm gonna tell you I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know what I mean? So Bob would be like, all right, then you do it then, you know what I mean? So then he would go to the studio and he'd be like freaking out, like, shit, I gotta do all this by myself. But then he'd have an engineer there, he would have Roger there, and they made it sound brilliant. They did Sun is Shining, they did all of those songs, you know? From Exodus on, they were mixing, and you know what I mean? They were in there with Bob, making sure the sound was tight, and you know? Right.
So what can you tell us, without giving away any spoilers, OC, what can you tell us about the movie?
I mean, all I can tell you is that I killed him, my man. I killed him for the Jam Brits. Hey, man, some of the producers came to me and said, hey, Junior Marvin stole the show. I said, stole the show, man. This is in 1977. But I ain't gonna lie, when my dad did come around, they were saying, look, some of the guys that were around Bob that were that were probably weren't fond of my dad because they didn't know him. They were like, who is this guy and who is this star boy? Who does he think he is? Like, they put that in the film as well. Like, when my dad first met Bob, like, who is this star boy and what does he think he is? And it's like, when my dad did Live at the Rainbow, he was in his town, like his like where he grew up. So he was showing off for his friends, you know what I mean? Like doing solos, going crazy. Bob loved it. Bob used to come to my dad and be like, don't worry here, don't worry what that man them say. He said, yeah, give me a time if we get a break too. So, you know, like I was rocking out, fully rocking out, and that was what it's all about, you know what I mean? That's what it was about, you know what I mean? Just bringing that element, roots rock and reggae, you know? It's not just reggae music, it's everything, you know? Yeah, man.
Thank you, my brother. Much love, man. Enjoy your evening. Hiya. Oh, thank you. Okay, so can you tell us why you're here tonight?
To celebrate Bob Marley, obviously. Come on.
Have you seen the movie yet?
I actually haven't, so I'm really excited. I think I have seen the trailer, but also I'm really for not seeing trailers of films because then you actually don't know anything to do with the film. Like, obviously, we know about Bob Marley, but I don't know how it's going to play out or anything like that. I don't, so I'm really excited.
And can you tell us about what's happening with you? What's going on with ZZ? What can we see you in? Podcasts, etc.
Just these email show, +44, and there's loads, like, you know me, I'm always talking or saying something. So there's loads, like, do you know what, I always find that question really interesting. Because even if I did have something, would I even be able to say it?
That's very mysterious. Like, what's going on? What's with the what's with the mysterious answers? Just talk to us straight, man.
But that's what I mean. You know, people say, like, have you got anything coming up? More times, even if someone did have something coming up, they can't say it. Because it
Fair
was
enough.
announced already if there was something that I could talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? All right, much love. Thank you, Ziggy. Thank you.